Hi, Happy New Year to you. It's good to be with you once again. I hope that you had a good Christmas and are glad to be back at school. Um, Today, we're going to be thinking about how special we are. And I'm hoping that over Christmas, you felt very special when you were opening some of your presents and thinking about how much you were loved by the people who gave them to you. There are other times in the year when we may feel special, maybe on a birthday, maybe when we go and see a relative or a friend and the good times that we have with them and they do something special for us. Maybe there's times when we don't quite feel so special, when we feel that nobody really cares, nobody loves us. Maybe we don't feel that we've got any friends. And that can make us feel sad. But I want us to think today about how special we are, because each one of us, whether we feel it or not, is very special. On Sunday, we had the reading of Jesus's baptism. You may not know the reading, but as part of that reading, we hear these words from God, from heaven, that says, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased." Beloved means that this person is really loved. This person is very special. And God was saying that Jesus was his special Son. And he was well pleased with him. But for Christians, we believe that we're all children of God. We're all created and loved by God. And so we are all his special children. We are all his beloved children. And he is pleased with each and every one of us. And when we know that, it makes us feel very special and it puts a great big smile on our faces. And so even when we're feeling sad and even when we're feeling down, all we need to remember is that we are loved by God. We were created by God and we are loved by God for the person and the people we are. Because we are unique. And to help us think about that, the fact that we are special, I'm going to read one of my favorite stories. It is called You Are Special, and it's by Max Lucado. And it's all about some wooden people called Wemmicks. And one particular Wemmick who felt extremely sad and not very special. The Wemmicks were small wooden people, and all the wooden people were carved by a woodworker named Eli, and his workshop sat on a hill overlooking their village. Each Wemmick was different. Some had big noses, others had large eyes. Some were tall, others were short. Some wore hats, others wore coats, but all were made by the same carver and all lived in the same village. And all day, every day, the Wemmicks did the same thing. They gave each other stickers. Each Wemmick had a box of golden star stickers, and a box of grey dot stickers. And up and down the streets all over the city, people spent their days sticking stars or dots on one another. The pretty ones, those with smooth wood and fine paint, always got stars. But if the wood was rough or the paint chipped, the Wemmicks gave dots. The talented ones got stars too. Some could lift big sticks high above their heads or jump over tall boxes. And still others knew big words or could sing pretty songs. Everyone gave them stars. Some Wemmicks had stars all over them, and every time they got a star, it made them feel so good. It made them feel so special. It made them want to do something else so they could get another star. Others, though, could do little, and they got dots. Punchinello was one of these. He tried to jump high like the others, but he always fell, and when he fell, the others would gather around and give him dots. Sometimes when he fell, his wood got scratched, so the people would give him more dots. Then, when he would try to explain why he fell, he would say something silly. And the Wemmicks, well, they would just give him even more dots. After a while, he had so many dots that he didn't want to go outside. He was afraid he would do something dumb, such as forget his hat or step in some water. And then people would give him another dot. In fact, he had so many grey dots that people would just come up and give him a dot for no reason at all. He deserves lots of dots, the wooden people agreed with one another. He's not a good wooden person. After a while, Punchinello believed them. I'm not a good Wemmick, he would say. The few times he went outside, he hung around with other Wemmicks who had a lot of dots. He felt better around them. But then, one day, he met a Wemmick who was unlike any he had ever met before. She had no dots or stars. She was just wooden. And her name was Lucia. It wasn't that people didn't try to give her stickers, it's just that the stickers didn't stick. Some of the Wemmicks admired Lucia for having no dots, so they would run up and give her a star. But it would fall off. Others would look down on her for having no stars, so they would give her a dot. But that wouldn't stick either. That's the way I want to be, thought Punchinello. I don't want anyone's marks. So he asked Lucia how she did it. It's easy, she said. Every day I go and see Eli. Eli? Yes, Eli, the woodcarver. I sit in the workshop with him. Why? Why don't you find out for yourself? Go up the hill. He's there. And with that, Lucia turned and skipped away. But will he want to see me? Punchinello cried out. But Lucia didn't hear. Punchinello went home. He sat near a window and watched the wooden people as they scurried around, giving each other stars and dots. It's not right, he muttered to himself, and he decided to go and see Eli. He walked up the narrow path to the top of the hill and stepped into the big shop. His wooden eyes widened at the size of everything. The stool was as tall as he was. He had to stretch on his tiptoes to see the top of the workbench. A hammer was as long as his arm. Punchinello swallowed hard. I'm not staying here, and he turned to leave. Then he heard his name. Punchinello! The voice was deep and strong. Punchinello stopped. Punchinello, how good to see you! Come, let me have a look at you. Punchinello turned slowly and looked at the large bearded craftsman. You know my name? The little Wemmick asked. Of course I do. I made you. Eli stooped down and picked him up and set him on the bench. The maker spoke thoughtfully as he looked at the grey dots. Looks like you've been given some bad marks. Oh, I didn't mean to, Eli. I really tried hard. Oh, you don't have to defend yourself to me, child. I don't care what the other Wemmicks think. You don't? No, and neither should you. Why, who are they to give stars or dots? They're Wemmicks just like you. What they think doesn't matter, Punchinello. All that matters is what I think. And I think you are pretty special. Punchinello laughed. Me? Special? Why? I can't walk fast. I can't jump. My paint is peeling. Why do I matter to you? Eli looked at Punchinello, put his hand on those small wooden shoulders, and spoke very slowly. Because you are mine. That's why you matter to me. Punchinello had never had anyone look at him like this, much less his maker. He didn't know what to say. Every day I've been hoping you'd come, Eli explained. Well, I came because I met someone who had no marks, said Punchinello. I know. She told me about you. Why didn't the stickers stick on her? The maker spoke softly. Because she has decided that what I think is more important than what they think. The stickers only stick if you let them. What? The stickers only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust my love, the less you care about their stickers. I'm not sure I understand, said Punchinello. Eli smiled. You will, but it will take time. You've got a lot of marks. For now, just come and see me every day and let me remind you how much I love you and how much I care. Eli lifted Punchinello off the bench and set him on the ground. Remember, Eli said, as Punchinello walked out the door, you are special because I made you, and I don't make mistakes. Punchinello didn't stop, but in his heart he thought, I think he really means it. And when he did, a dot fell to the ground. I wonder what you liked best about that story. I wonder what you think the most important part of that story is. I wonder who makes you feel special. I wonder how they make you feel special. going to finish with a prayer. Loving God, we thank you for friends and for family who help us to feel special, who help us to feel loved and cared for. When we are struggling, when we are feeling low, help us to remember how special we are, and that we are special to you, and that you will always love us and want the best for us. Amen. I hope you liked that story, and I hope you feel special. And just think, if you're feeling that you're not very special at some point, just go to that person who makes you feel special, and then you will. Take care. See you again soon. Bye.